Hey ladies, it's Lisa. So like I just said, this is going to be my labor and delivery birth plan. So the day after Christmas when I went to Walmart, I also got this baby book. It's just a cheap one. I actually wasn't going to do a baby book to begin with because I am obsessed with Shutterfly's photo books that you can make that are basically it's like a scrapbook type thing, but the program that you can use is really super easy. I'm actually going to do a couple screenshots of the book that I'm putting together so that you can see it. And they're really inexpensive. They're like for 20 pages and full cover with a hardback, it's like $27. And because we live so far away from my family, they haven't really been here for like the pregnancy, and they've never been able to go to a doctor's appointment with me and stuff like that. My closest grandma, who basically raised me, she lives in Alaska. And so she's not computer savvy or anything like that. So I'm making a book for Elam every year. His first book is starting from the day that I got my BFP. I have a picture of the pregnancy stick all the way up until I give birth. So it's going to be basically the first 9 months. So the book will end with his newborn pictures. So I'm going to be making that not just for her, but also for me. I talked to my husband about it, and he never looks at his baby book. I don't think guys are as sentimental as girls are. But I wanted one because my mom did one for me, but nothing was filled out. So this one was on sale for like $7. And it's got like all of the, general stuff like that. But it's also got a place in here for their footprints. So I don't know. I just decided that I'm going to do this just this first year. This only goes through his birth, so it doesn't go like the first 5 years or whatever most of them go through. So yeah, so that's what this is. I'm going to be taking this to the hospital for his feet prints, but inside of it, I also have my birth plan, and I also have the paperwork for the birth certificate and information on breast milk suppression. Anyways, didn't know where that's in there, but I wanted to share you guys with my birth plan. So that's going to be with the diaper bag when we go there. It's already packed. And I actually got this birth plan off of a website. Like I didn't copy it verbatim, but there's a website, and I'll find it and I'll put the link down below that you can go and you put your name, your husband's name or your partner's name, your doula or labor assistant, and then like you click all these options that you want. Well, the verbiage or some of the things that they had on there, I didn't like I agreed with them, but not 110%. So I'm just going to go ahead and read you guys just a couple of things that I changed and just basically what my birth plan says. So my due date, if you guys have watched my latest video, is still up in the air. Don't know. So it says due date. I said your guess is as good as mine. Labor induction, it's got each one of these has like a bold heading and then like how you feel about each one of them. So if I go past my due date, if the baby and I's health is at no risk, I would prefer to be induced. Just because, like I said, my baby's got a big head. So I don't want to go 2 weeks past due. And it's not just that's a reason why I wouldn't mind getting induced. Is my family has a history of horrible labors. My mom was in labor for 2 days with me, and then after the 2 days, they decided to do a cesarean section. And she was in labor for 37 hours, with my sister. And my sister had all back labor, and she was in labor for 42 hours with my nephew. So my family has a horrible, horrible, horrible time giving birth. I'm praying that that's not me, just because I've been more active than I know my sister and my mom are. I live in a townhouse, so I'm constantly walking up and down stairs, and I work on the second floor, and I'm constantly walking up and down stairs there. And then we go to the gym and all that fun stuff. But I don't mind being induced. So I would But I would prefer the following methods to induce labor. So stripping or breaking of the membrane, the prostaglandin gel, breast stimulation, walking, sexual intercourse, and last, if none of that's helping, Pitocin. The environment that I would like to deliver in is I would like the following to be present during my labor: my husband and my mother-in-law. Because my family is in California, we're going to be Skyping them, but I don't want anybody else in the room. And the camera is going to be like up here by my face and not down by my goodies. But I say if my labor is kind of stagnant and I'm not in horrible pain, I don't mind guests. But I don't think I'm going to have any. We'll see. And then I would like the following to be present during the actual birth, just my husband. I'm going to be bringing music. I would prefer dim lights. I would like to wear my own clothes. I'd like to be able to walk around. Mobility is very important to me. And I would prefer a warm bath whenever possible to help me relax. Whenever I'm feeling bad, even now, I take a warm bath and it helps calm me and relax me. My husband actually bought me a pillow that goes in the bath for Christmas and bubble bath, and that's all. Like, I'm a fish. I love water. So, equipment, I would like the following equipment available to me. A birthing bed. It's the one that breaks down. A birthing ball, a birthing stool, and a birthing tub. So, and then I said I'm going to be using my laptop to Skype my family in California, just so that they know that. Preparations, I would prefer not to be given an enema. And I would prefer to be able to drink and eat during labor if I am feeling up to it. Monitoring. I would prefer external monitoring if monitoring is necessary. However, I am comfortable with, if necessary, them using the internal monitor that goes on the baby's head, if absolutely necessary. So when it comes to pain medicine, I'm going to try and labor without pain medicine. We went to the labor and delivery, and if it's just getting too hard for me to relax, then I don't mind getting the pain medication in my IV. And if worse comes to worse, and I'm absolutely just can't stand it, and it's causing stress on me and the baby, then at that point, I won't mind a spinal tap or an epidural or whatever it is. But that's kind of I don't want it. I really don't want an epidural. It scares the EBGBs out of me. Just saying. And then I would like the IV to be put in my arm, just because I am trying to labor as naturally as possible, getting in and out of the bathtub, on the chair, on the birthing ball. I want my hand to be free. And man, even when they have the little IV thing in me for my 3-hour glucose test, it's really annoying. So I put that I would like the IV to be in my arm if I have to have one. My friend that works at the hospital said, if I don't want to be hooked up to an IV and I'm drinking my fluids, I don't have to be. But she would recommend that I at least get it set in. So that way if I do want pain medicine right now, they don't have to take, 15 minutes to put in the IV and all that stuff. So I can have it already ready to go, but just not plugged into the fluids. And I said I'm fine with that. So I don't want to be separated from my partner during birth. This is the first stages of labor. I said I would like no time limits on laboring and would prefer not to be argumentative unless I can't talk. Sorry. And then I would like to be encouraged throughout the labor to do it as naturally as possible. An episiotomy. Oh dear God, I'm scared of them. But I said I'd prefer not to have an episiotomy unless they can tell that I'm going to tear. However, the hospital that I'm going to is pretty all-natural type of things. They're one of very few hospitals that it's called mother-friendly. So right after the baby's born, they put him on your chest, and he's there for an hour before they clean him up, before they give him shots, before they move him. He's on your chest for an hour. Then after that, they have a little bedside thing where they give him a bath, take his measurements, give him shots, and it's right next to you in the room. They don't have to take him to the nursery for that. So I think that's really cool. So let's see where else. Oh, so when it comes to an episiotomy, they prefer to use lotions. They'll use like oils and stuff, and they'll actually massage around your opening just to help the skin be more pliable so that you don't rip as much. So I said I would like to use the oils to massage instead of cutting me. But if they can tell that my baby's got a big head and I'm going to tear, I'd rather them cut me because it's a nice smooth cut than a jagged rip. Second stage of labor, pushing. I would like my coach or my nurse to help support my legs when I push. I won't mind it. And I would like to bear down as much as possible and let my body and gravity help to ease the baby out. I've heard that unnecessary pushing or pushing too hard can not only give you hemorrhoids, but it can help you rip a lot faster. So if the baby just works his way down and out naturally, you don't tear as bad. So I'd like to bear down as much as possible. And then I would like to wait to push until I feel the urge, even if I am fully dilated. I don't want them to be like, you're 10 centimeters, push. No. That's not me. After birth, I would like the baby to be placed on my chest. I'd like my husband to cut the cord. I would like the baby's first bath and assessment to be done in my presence, which they do anyways. And I would like the baby to room with me, which they do anyways. However, you can ask them if you're absolutely tired to take the baby to the nursery. But that's why I have a husband and a mother-in-law. Cesarean section, I would like to avoid a C-section if all possible. And then I put in big, huge capital letters. I would like to prevent a C-section at all costs. But however, if I do need to have a C-section, I would like my partner to be able to hold the baby if I absolutely need a C-section. Breastfeeding, I would like to start breastfeeding as soon as possible. And then I would like a lactation consultant to be in the room. And they offer that all for free, and it's really cool. They're really, like I said, mother friendly. Circumcision, we are going to be getting our son circumcised. And so I know they don't do that in the hospitals anymore. So he's going to be circumcised by his pediatrician a couple of days after he's born. And additional comments is, like I said, I'd like to use the birthing pool as much as possible. So that's my birth plan. And like I said, it gives you all these options on that website. You can just click the thing, but like I did change, like I said, the verbiage on some of them. So yeah, that's my birth plan. Like, I am open for change. I am not one that is completely set in my ways. If I am just having a horrible time and I look at them and my eyes roll back in my head and I become like the exorcist and tell them, give me an epidural, then that's what's going to happen. But I do want to stick to this plan as much as possible. And my husband knows that, and my mother-in-law knows that, and I've explained it to the lady that did our labor and delivery class. So, if you guys have any questions, any recommendations, anything like that, I am more than open. All right, this video is long, a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.